for Devin. Kind of a strange stats game. He only threw the ball 12 times, but you guys dominated on the ground. How important was it to establish that line of scrimmage?
Yeah, we trust those boys up front. Our front five, I trust those guys over anybody. So, yeah, I mean, we take whatever the defense gives us, and our run game was moving. We were moving the ball efficiently. Stuck to it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Devin, you rushed for 120 yards today. You became the first Utah quarterback to go for over 100 yards since Travis Wilson about 10 years ago. I guess just what was clicking today and what were you seeing out there? What was going right?
Yeah, huge shout out to obviously Coach Beck. Play calling was magnificent. And again, our O-line, it's pretty easy running behind those guys. So, I thought they gave me great space for me to be able to make plays. And, yeah.
Dev, you walked into this game Arizona State never offered you. Kenny Dillingham never offered you. When you're going into games like this, does it, I guess, give you a chip on your shoulder just knowing that you were under-recruited, you were the Arizona High School Player of the Year? I mean, just walk me through your thought process on that.
Yeah, I think just every game I go into, there's always a chip on my shoulder. I had a long journey to get to the point I'm at right now. And, every game, I got something to prove every time I'm out there.
Devin, how are you feeling physically? You looked faster, more electric than the last couple of games that we've seen you.
Yeah, I feel good.
You feel better? Anything improving in your health?
We got a great staff, a great training room. Those guys know how to get people healthy. So, yeah, I feel at my best for sure.
Jackson, you got the blocked field goal attempt. Just sort of walk us through that play and how it came to be.
Yeah, Scally is he's a master when it comes to scheming something up like that. And they showed what we were looking for, and honestly, I didn't we were kind of moving around. I didn't think we were going to get it off, but yeah, it worked out. Jumped over, and yeah, there you go.
Jackson and John, despite the weather and all this adversity coming into this one, the crowd was still in it. Can you talk about Rice Eagle Stadium and the Must tonight?
Man, I don't think it can be overstated. We love our fans, and we appreciate when they come out. And I don't know if they've noticed, but over the past couple of games, there's been a lot of false starts, and that's all because of our fans. So we really appreciate them. We love them.
Yeah, they're great. They just when they're in the game, they just it gets us going, it gets us more adrenaline, and it's really fun to be out there. And when they're really like the 12th man, like if they can get us some false starts, that's changes games. So it's awesome. It's so fun to play here.
John, when you found out that Sam Levitt wasn't playing, instead it was Jeff Sims, did that change your guys' approach? He only averaged 3 yards per attempt, which is astounding. How did your philosophy and your attack change when you knew that Levitt wasn't going to play?
The game plan stayed the same. We want to control the pass lanes, make sure that he couldn't scramble out and extend plays and be able to make some of those throws farther downfield. And so, obviously it was a bummer that Sam wasn't there, but we played the exact same way that we would have if he was playing. So going out there playing Utah football, and I'm glad with the result that we were able to come up with tonight. So it was great.
With the lightning delay, how did that change your guys' routine pregame, and how did you guys kind of stay locked in?
Well, usually we have a long warm-up outside, and, we had some mats inside, warming up in there, throwing the ball. But honestly, it wasn't bad. It was kind of fun. Maybe we should do it again. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it kind of brought like that youth ball feeling when you could just go out there, go warm up, and then, straight to the game.
Yeah,
it was kind of fun.
It was great.
Devin, after the Texas Tech loss, you said specifically that you guys were going to use that as fuel. How have you guys kind of used that while not still letting that linger in your mind as you keep going through this season?
Yeah, obviously you earn from those losses, and the way our team, we know how to move on and we know how to respond, and that's the biggest thing I'm proud of. We had a big motive going into this game that we're gonna bring a win in Rice Eccles, a conference game, and you see how we came out. We came out with just that energy for sure.
Dev, now that you've got this win, what sort of mentality do you take, going into the next week with it being the rivalry game next week?
Yeah, keep it going. We're on a roll right now. Let's keep rolling. Simple as that.
Dev, 2 of your rushing touchdowns came on a fourth down keeper. Just what was working on those plays? What showed up on tape? Was it just kind of happenstance that you were be able to run free? I mean, walk me through those.
Yeah. So just with quarterback run, you know, you gain an extra hat. So you know, that leaves me in a one-on-one situation when everybody blocks, and again, everybody blocked and gave me that one-on-one chance, and you know, I owe my team make somebody miss, and let's go score.
And Devin, how much have you learned about the BYU rivalry since you've been here, and just what it means to people in town locally?
Yeah, you know, I understand the significance of this game. We'll be dialed into it for sure.
Have your teammates tried to, you know, your local teammates tried to tell you what it's all about?
Yep, I'm aware. I'm aware.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bartle, I got you too.
Not one word about the glasses, please. Thank you. That's all I could find. All right. Okay, they're actually really cool. They're really good. But who was the guy that pointed out that we hadn't won a Big 12 game at home? Thank you for doing that. That done. We're done with that. Got that done. So appreciate your input on that. Complete game by our guys. Really proud of our guys. Devin Dampierre especially. We didn't throw the ball a ton tonight, but it was very efficient when we did throw it. And he ran, you know, he's back to health. He was been hobbled a little bit the last few weeks, but he's back to 100%. And that was more of, you know, what you saw tonight is more of what he's capable of. Offensive line outstanding. Rushed for almost 300 yards. And, you know, the offensive line is a big reason for that, obviously. It was good to see Daniel Bray continue to add to what we're doing on offense. He gives us that speed on the edge that really had been lacking, and so it's good to have Daniel fill a role for us in that regard. Defense played outstanding, start to finish. Thought the secondary played real well. We were in great position on those balls up the field all night long. Very proud of the way Smith Snowden played, and Blake Cotton and Scooby. I mean, those guys really, I think it was their best game of the year. So good to see that happen. Special teams, Mono Carvalho. He's a guy that's got some dynamic ability as a punt returner. You saw a little bit of that in that one return he had tonight. But overall, solid game from start to finish. We started fast and never let up. There was no lulls in the game. I think we only punted one time. This game. So we're not punting very much, and that's a good thing and a good sign. Didn't turn the ball over, and got a field goal block. It was a really nice scheme that Coach Scally put together, and you know, saw a weakness in their protection and exploited it, and darn near had a scoop and score for a touchdown out of it. But does something go dead? Anyway, yeah. So questions.
How important, Coach, how important was it for you to keep Tyson under wraps. I mean, he got 8 receptions, but for 40 yards.
Yeah, it really important. It was obviously a focal point, and Smith Snowden did an outstanding job on him. He shadowed him a lot of the night, not completely, but a lot of the time. And to hold a talent like that to just 40 yards is a credit again to the secondary and the way they played tonight. He's a heck of a player.
How did the lightning delay in warm-ups kind of affect the team, and how did you keep them locked in during that?
I thought they handled it real well. What we did is we took a little different approach. We waited until about 25 minutes before kickoff to go out, and then just stayed out. You know, our usual routine is to go out at about 65 minutes before, and then do some things and come back in and go back out. But thought we had a good plan to not come back in once we went out and go out later, so they were not as exposed to the weather for as long, and thought that worked out. So yeah, no problem there.
Kyle, given the environment and the storm and conditions that everybody was dealing with, what did you make of the atmosphere here at Rice Eccles?
Pretty darn good, and we appreciate the fans that toughed it out and stayed. You did a great job, and the fans that left, we wish you would have stayed. You missed a great game, but I'm sure we would have had a much larger number of folks there had we not had the weather issue. But we love our fans. There's a great home field advantage here, and even though it wasn't maxed out tonight, the fans that were there were really loud and did a great job in the muss as well.
Kyle, for Devin to only throw 12 passes during the game, how much confidence does that show in your running game and that offensive line to just run it down their throats?
Well, a lot, and we only snapped the ball 50-something times. I think it was 55 snaps, and so we didn't have a lot of snaps overall either. And the run game really was in high gear from the get, and so we just stayed with it. And like I said, Devin was really efficient when he did throw the ball, and RD gave us some big plays again, like he has pretty much every game this year. But yeah, the run game was really what won this football game for us.
Kyle, as you mentioned, Devin was not hobbled in this game. Just how much does it open up the offense to kind of get him out in space and not have a nagging injury?
Yeah, it opens it up a bunch, and you saw some of the moves he made tonight. He just wasn't capable of making those moves the last few weeks, but now, with the bye week really helped him out, and we're elated that he's back to 100%.
Can you give us some insight into how the rotation, the defensive backfield played out? Obviously, Jackson Benny played a little bit of safety. Teo Johnson
played a lot
as
of
well.
safety. Yeah, that's where he was exclusively tonight.
With Nate Ritchie out, with Tillman playing a little bit, just give us an idea of what the rotation might look like going forward.
Okay, well, you're going to see Jackson continue to play safety with Teo, so those will be the two primary safeties, and you're going to see Smith Snowden and Scooby on the outside in 43, and then when we go to Nichols, Smith slides into the slot corner, and Blake Cotton comes in. So that has been the rotation, most recently and tonight especially, and like I said, I thought those guys played well, but Benny really, he's more natural and more at home as a safety.
Kyle, after the Texas Tech loss, Devin said that the team was going to use it as fuel to help them. How have you seen this team actually embrace that and not just use it as kind of a platitude to kind of move forward?
Well, they've been a determined bunch ever since that loss. Not that they were not practicing well prior to that, but that was a very disappointing game to them, and you can tell they were hurt and ticked off, and I think they've responded, as well as we possibly could have hoped for.
Kyle, you talked this summer about this offensive line being the best one that you've had.
Mm-hmm.
Is tonight the way you expect them to play? Is that what you were talking about this
100%,
summer?
exactly. Yep, exactly. Controlling the line of scrimmage, open up holes for the run game. They pass protect exceptionally well, and very proud of them, like I said. You're kind of quiet, Mr. Sun Devil, back there. Cat got your tongue?
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right. We good? No?
Sorry. Kyle, sorry. Yeah, Kyle Whittingham.
Yes, sir.
What was I going to ask? Now I'm just stuck. Got my
Rockwell. They're Rockwell glasses. and they're really good. They're high quality. I got to give Rich a plug. He gave them to me free. So yeah.
Kyle, with the news, Sam Levitt was doubtful and then out yesterday. Did that change any of your preparation for the Sun Devils?
No, it was really too late to make any wholesale changes. Nor would we have, had it even happened earlier in the week. Sam is a really good runner. That's how he's made the majority of his big plays this year is with his legs. And the kid we saw tonight, Sims kid, he's a runner as well. He's a good runner. And so even if we would have known a couple days before, we wouldn't really have tweaked much at all. So it was pretty well intact.
Coach Bird Ficklin remains on 100% in completion percentages here. Can you just speak to his progression across the season year?
Yeah, we think Bird's got a bright future here. He is a guy, I think I said last, after the West Virginia game, he's very poised, he's very in control, very confident, and nothing phases him. Nothing bothers that kid. He's just so in charge and has so much confidence in what he's doing.
Kyle, after the Texas Tech game, you said that there were issues just with finishing games. Obviously, now it seems like the offense is just so much more well-rounded than what it was that game. Has there been anything that you've noticed, I guess, systematically or philosophically that's changed from that game in the past two?
Not really. Not really. You never want to make excuses, but I'm telling you right now that Devin, a lot of players would not have played in that game if they were, he's a tough kid, and he mustered through it. And, if you look at the biggest factor, that was probably the biggest factor. But again, it's our job to put the guy out there that gives us the best chance to win, and we thought it was Devin that particular night. So.
Yeah, Kyle, as Daniel Bray gets more reps and gets more comfortable, could you see his role expanding here as October and November move?
I think that would be a positive for us if it does expand. And if he can, he made some really good runs tonight, and he's a really explosive, fast kid. He run, I think he was a 10-3 100-meter guy in high school. And so, yeah, if we can continue to implement him and integrate him into what we're doing, that just gives us another dimension. We don't have many guys that can accelerate and hit the gas pedal like he can.
Kyle, I guess now we can talk about it. Initial thoughts on the rivalry game next week. Both of you should be top 25 teams, I think.
Yeah, they were Arizona today. Who won? Oh, double. Okay, so should be a great matchup. I mean, a one-loss team and an undefeated team, and like you said, I would assume we'll be ranked. We don't pay a whole lot of attention to that right now, but that most likely will be the case. So I would say it's shaping up to be the biggest event in the state of Utah, sporting event like it is most years. So.
Kyle, you guys are 28 of 29 in the red zone so far this season. What has Jason Beck brought to maybe the play calling that has diversified what you guys are capable of doing in the red zone?
Yeah, well, I can tell you a big part of red zone success at the college level is the QB run game, and Devin being able to do the things he does, and the offensive line. They go hand in hand, but that's probably been the biggest key to our red zone success is Devin Dampier's his ability to hit those. He's very instinctive. I've said it before. He could be a running back if he wasn't a quarterback, and that gives us that extra dimension. You get the +1 run game with the quarterback, and they don't have a guy to account for him most of the time.
Back here. Will you take any significant satisfaction knowing that's the last time you'll beat the Sun Devils?
Check with me later on that, PK. Yeah, we'll talk about that. You know something I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Pass. We good? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.